When it comes to an NBA superstar, the biggest burden you bear is leading your team to an NBA championship. And look, fair or unfair for superstars, if they lose, they get the majority of the blame, but if they win, get the majority of the praise. That's really how it works in all sports. Now, when it comes to the NBA, I would say until really about 2015, that is how it worked. But around that time period, fans, media members alike, began giving players excuses when they lost because of big, gaudy numbers that were largely empty. And I've noticed numerous times LeBron James in the finals, the playoffs, when he puts up these big-time numbers in sweeps, 5-game series, the media largely will excuse him for losing that series because he had big numbers.
I'm averaging a triple-double in the finals. I'm pretty good, I would think.
LeBron's overall check-my-stats mentality, it's been going on for close to a decade. But looking at someone like Jordan, when he lost, his overall attitude was much different.
I'm certainly not consistent offensively, and the team has not gotten used to playing with me as much as I still trying to learn how to play with some of the other guys. I mean, for instance, Bill Whittington, when I penetrate, I got to know that he's not going to roll through the hole. He's going to sit there on the baseline for the jump shot. I missed him a couple times tonight, and that's something that I have to learn from.
There couldn't be a more stark contrast between two players and their overall mentality. As for LeBron James, when he wins, it's me, my stats, my individual play. When Jordan won in post-game press conferences, he spread the wealth to all of his teammates and coaches. And when Jordan's Bulls lost, which they rarely did, he wouldn't throw teammates under the bus or prop himself up because he had good stats. He simply never did that. And speaking of throwing under the bus, that brings us to the 2024 Lakers. As not even halfway through the season, LeBron James yet again is tossing teammates under the bus left and right. And recently, insulted all of his teammates' demoralized chemistry by claiming his own son, Bronny James, who's a freshman in college averaging 5 points, could get minutes on this Lakers team. Now look, Bronny James has potential to be a very good player in the future, but right now as a freshman at USC, putting up roughly 5 points per game, to say he get minutes on this Lakers team is 100% insulting to LeBron's teammates. And I think it's meant to be. But again, comments like these from a so-called great leader, in my view, isn't what great leaders do. And I think the majority of fans who are rational understands comments like that kill chemistry in an instant. And historically speaking, LeBron fans, LeBron media, they always wonder, why do role players like LeBron James always struggle? Maybe because he has comments like these constantly. And when you join the Lakers, Cavaliers, even the Heat, there's an 80% chance you're going to get traded again, and a 100% chance you'll be blamed if the team loses.
You're fired. Well, you didn't have to say it like that.
LeBron's overall career is a constant theme of more, need more help, more stars, more shooting, and more everything, which is a major contrast to someone like Jordan, who LeBron's quote-unquote chasing ever since 2016. But looking at someone like Jerry Krause, who by all accounts despised Jordan, Jerry Krause on record saying MJ never begged for help or asked for more.
But I will say one thing for Michael Jordan, to this day and ever, he never came to me and asked for other players. He never came to me and asked me to draft a player. He never came to me and asked me to trade for a player. Never once did that happen. Part of it was he thought he was so darn good he could win without him. I'm sure of that, he'd say that.
And one thing I do want to circle back to is the overall notion of stat padding and putting up numbers in garbage time. If you look at a player's stats at raw paper, a guy had 28 points, 5 boards, on roughly 60% shooting. You'd say those stats are definitely pretty impressive. But many times a player's stats don't tell the whole story. And when looking at someone like LeBron James, stat padding once again is a theme of his career. And after the 2011 finals, where he was just flat out embarrassed, put up awful numbers, After that series, LeBron was so deeply scarred by backlash, he almost vowed never to lose and put up bad stats ever again. As by putting up good stats, largely he gets excused from losing. Case in point, the 2014 NBA Finals, where in this series, the Miami Heat got absolutely demolished and blown out in virtually every game. And if you look at LeBron's raw numbers, they look pretty good and some would say even great. Now, if you watch this series understand basketball, you understand LeBron's points largely came in garbage time or during blowouts. As after games 1 and 2 were split 1-1 apiece, in games 3 through 5, they were all blowouts. And in those 3 games, LeBron James scored 81 points, 51 of which came when his team was down 15 plus. Think about that. 60% of his points were in blowout time. I would call the 2014 Finals a stealth stat pack. Because again, looking at the numbers on paper, they look great. But if you add context, watch the series, you know LeBron 100% stat padded and inflated his numbers to avoid criticism.
I'm averaging a triple-double in the finals. I'm pretty good.
And looking back at present times, now in 2024, the Lakers are struggling. A lot of excuses are coming out of the woodwork about LeBron James' age, the teammate help, Anthony Davis, Darvin Ham, etc. But the hypocrisy of this is, only a month ago Paul Pierce got just ringed out on social media for saying LeBron wasn't a top 5 player, which he was correct. But Pierce, by saying that, was attacked relentlessly. And that kind of goes to show, LeBron fans, they want the good, but not the bad. As constantly they'll tell you, LeBron at age 39, he's playing better than ever, like he's 25 years old, he's still a top 5 athlete, the best player in the world, and LA is legit contenders. That's when things are going good. But when they go bad, it becomes, why are you so critical of a 39-year-old? That's because you guys overhyped and quite frankly, overrated LeBron James and his team all summer long. It's just simple common sense. You can't have it both ways. On one hand, using age to boost LeBron up when things are going great, but on the other, using his age as a crutch when things are going bad.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Shut up, Grandma!
And like we said numerous times, especially in this video, when it comes to Jordan versus LeBron, their overall mentality, it's a me-I mentality versus a we and us mentality. That overall disparity became so self-evident during the 2018 season, as LeBron that year infamously crowned himself as the greatest player in NBA history. If you're going to call yourself the greatest of all time, the GOAT, have your fans say it, the media, your family members say it, why constantly do you need so many excuses, passing the buck on to teammates, coaches, and everyone except yourself? And when it comes to the media, why are so many talking heads so invested in spinning stories in your favor? If you're truly the greatest of all time, your resume, accolades, championships should speak for itself. Things like that, tangible accolades, things you can look at, verify, that requires no spin and no narrative. But comparing him versus Jordan, you can't do it straight up, off facts, merit, and common sense. For LeBron to surpass Jordan in the public view, you have to skew things so heavily in LeBron's favor, it almost gets ridiculous. And I feel pretty confident in saying, LeBron at age 39, even if he plays 4 or 5 more years, in the public's eyes, won't pass Michael Jordan. As last year, him passing Kareem in scoring, while it was a great accomplishment, it came and went like a fart in the wind. That was LeBron's last big hoorah to supposedly pass Michael Jordan. And looking around, it really didn't change anything. The only way LeBron passes Jordan is winning more championships. But I think it's pretty self-evident if LeBron does win more championships, it's going to be ring chasing on a new super team with multiple All-Stars, which in essence will be an indictment on him, his career, and the era he's built. Long story short, Michael Jordan did things the right way and versus the opposite of LeBron James. and while he was far from perfect, did take L's. But when he took those L's, he took responsibility for losing and didn't pass the buck off to teammates. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.